Hi, everyone. This is Lady T with Lady T Speaks TV, where we talk about relationships, and we believe relationships are worth saving. So, the last video, I gave you tip number 2. This video, you're going to get tip number 3 and possibly tip number 4, because tip number 3 from Psychology Today. Remember, I told you that I got this article from Psychology Today. And in the article, it talked about resolving conflict in romantic relationships. So here's tip number 3. Never say never. Never say never or always. Let me just read and share what they say. So when you're addressing a problem, you should avoid making generalizations about your partner. Statements like, you never help out around the house, or you're always staring at your cell phone, or you're likely to make your partner defensive. Rather than promoting a discussion about how your partner could be more helpful or attentive, this strategy is likely to lead your partner to start generating counter examples of all the times they were, in fact, helpful or attentive. Again, you don't want to put your partner on the defensive. Oh, this is a big one for me. Why? When you're in the heat of an argument with your significant other or your partner, you forget the rules of engagement. You automatically, and you out there know you've done it yourself. When they say you don't never do something, you start telling them everything about you did. Well, I did do this before, and I've done that before, and I've done this before, and yes, I have. And so then you go like tit for tat. Immature and childish. Extremely immature and childish. Adults know how to fight fair when they learn how to fight fair. You should be thinking about what you're saying even when you're in an argument, because you can say some hurtful things that you cannot take back. Words do carry weight, and they do damage. You don't want that. Like I told you before, when you're in a relationship with someone you care about, you do not want to hurt them, and you do not want to say things that are damaging to them. Nor do you want the same behavior towards yourself. So it's so important to remember, never say never or never say always. Because I said in my intro that we don't always do the same thing as human beings all the time. Even though we do have habitual things, habits that we have occurred, we do not always do the wrong thing, as well as we don't always do the right thing. And then when you're having an argument, keep in mind that that is not what you should do. It's not a blame game. You're having an argument about a specific issue, and that's what you should stay focused on. Now, let me tell you all, honey child, that does not happen. How I know that don't happen? Because I've had that issue myself. Because when somebody is causing you to feel defensive, you start putting all the stuff that you've done, all the things that you've done in a relationship that were good, that didn't just benefit you, but they benefited your partner as well. And that's how you get that friction. That's where the conflict comes in. Because if I get on the defensive, then my partner gets on the defensive, and then it escalates. The argument could escalate. And instead of us talking about that one particular issue, we start talking about all the issues we have in our relationship, and you don't want to go there. Because that can go on from day to day. And you really shouldn't want conflict to go on from day to day. You want to be able to be mature enough to resolve that particular issue then. If it's a minute issue, there's sometimes, again, like I said before, that you're not going to be able to solve things right away. But you should be able to go into a neutral corner and still be able to be civil to one another, be respectful to one another, and, think about, what you're going to say next. Sometimes it's good to just calm down and move away from the situation and then go back to revisit it. So you could say to your partner, you know what, right now, I think that if we keep talking, it's going to get really ugly, or it's going to get nasty. I think you're misunderstanding what I'm saying. I think right now we need to just cool it off. Let's just go to a neutral corner, or let's, how about I just step back? I'm going to go for a walk. I'm going to go in the other room. I'm going to go downstairs, and maybe we can talk about this later. Sometimes you can't do that either, but I'm just saying there are times when you can, where you have the opportunity to come away from the situation and then reevaluate and then come back and engage again. So that's tip number 3. So I'll come back and give you tip number 4, because like I said, I don't want these videos to be long. But if you like what you heard thus far, subscribe to my channel. Click on that like button. Don't forget to leave a comment. My email address is ladytvspeakstv@gmail.com. Again, ladytspeakstv@gmail.com. All one word. I'm looking forward to seeing if these tips are going to work for you, if you apply them. Keep in mind, if you don't apply them, they're not going to work. If you're just going to be in conversation and you don't do anything after the conversation, well, that's on you. All I'm doing is just giving you some information that will enhance your romantic relationships. All right, everyone. We believe that relationships are worth saving here. This is Lady T with Lady T Speaks TV. I'll see you when I see you.